Trauma doesn't know an age. Trauma doesn't know a tax bracket. Trauma doesn't know any of these things. Anybody can be traumatized, anybody. Symptoms of trauma, nightmares and night terrors, inability to love, addictive behavior, insomnia, depression, shame.
That's not who you are, but it's a symptom of being traumatized. And we're here to heal each other.
We heal in community. When I do these circles with anybody, when they see the extent of childhood trauma in themselves, but also in the people around them, it's a shift. It takes the othering out. It actually brings a human in. And that, as a society, is one of the imperatives that we need to get to. We got to start seeing each other for what happened to us and not what's wrong with us.
My name is Romy Nottage. I am the Senior Director of San Francisco and Social Innovation for Downtown Streets team that is changing the lives of people who are currently homeless through the dignity of work. Labeling people as just drug addicts, like, it's deeper than that. They probably at a younger age have been reinforced that their value is not as significant as others. The pain is the root cause of people trying to feel comfortable in this world. Using street drugs is a method. It is a behavior to support something that is uncomfortable.
I was homeless for about 15 years. It is the survival of the fittest. I had 3 kids on the street while homeless, walking around, no shoes, selling drugs, doing drugs, hoping they would miscarry. All the babies came out with everything. Meth, crystal, cocaine, everything you could think of. I did utilize those 3 moments in time where I had those babies to just rest up in a nice place and eat a hot meal. Just basically took a shower those 3 times, because while I was homeless, most of us don't shower, maybe once a year if that. But I was lucky. I had the same foster mom. All 3 boys, Albert, Judson, and James, are all thriving. They're very healthy. I did fight for them. Don't get me wrong. I did try to fight for them, but I was ready to give up the drug life.
It was fall, so it was the rainy season. I just remember that constant worry about where was I going to go then? Would I find shelter? Because there's nowhere to go, right? The people that did love me just said, you know what, we're not going to stand by anymore while you kill yourself. We can't do it. It's hurting more. We're dying a harder death than you are. And they just scattered from my life. I was utterly alone.
I've been in the city on the streets now for 4 years. Went to college on my GI Bill. I was in the Army for a total of 11 years. Then I got diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and I retired. My PTSD comes from experiences with trying to beat this monkey on my back, you know. I've had the beautiful home and vehicles and wife and kids and thrown it all away for drugs.
So when you pass by someone homeless on the street, that is such a painful world to live in. And a very important thing to do is acknowledge them and not pretending or literally thinking that no one's sitting right there.
How you doing? Hanging in there? Had a rough sleep last night? You stay in the TL?
I do.
Yeah. Cool. How long have you been here?
I moved here from Atlanta February the 7th.
The number one thing that people who are experiencing homelessness suffer from is feeling looked down on. It's like people just passing by them, not acknowledging their experience. That forms an identity. that is internalized. Their sense of self has been attacked. Their dignity has been completely reinforced as non-existent every single day. Humanization of homelessness is where we need to start, because we're working with people, we're working with nervous systems, we are working with deflated and traumatized senses of self. To be honest, if I lived in that world, I would want to use too. It'd get me out of it. It'd make me feel not like that for a minute.